Next on Worcester News tonight, Worcester County District Attorney Joe Early added as a defendant in a new lawsuit filed by a Mass State Police trooper. Plus, biking for a cause, a mom and son participating in the Pan Mass Challenge in honor of a family member. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. Worcester County District Attorney Joseph Early Jr. is one of the defendants in a new civil lawsuit filed by a Massachusetts state trooper. In the complaint, Trooper Ryan Skevier alleges Early ordered an alteration of a judge's daughter arrest report. The lawsuit claims a civil conspiracy initiated and directed by DA Early sought to unlawfully tamper with court documents, to violate Trooper Ryan Skevier's rights, and to defame him. Meanwhile, a lawyer for the DA says, quote, state officials do not conspire by doing their jobs.
Respond to the allegations in the complaint in due course in the appropriate forum, which will be the Suffolk Superior Court.
This new lawsuit is related to another suit currently pending in federal court. Developing news tonight, sexual assault accusations against Governor Baker's son, AJ. Sources say he's accused of sexually assaulting a female passenger on a JetBlue flight from D.C. to Boston Wednesday night. The passenger says Baker, who was sitting next to her, was groping her, and she asked him repeatedly to stop. State police troopers came on board the flight and escorted him off once the plane landed. He has not been charged or arrested. In a statement, the governor's communications director says, quote, this is a personal matter for the Baker family, and AJ will cooperate with any request from authorities. The Worcester Historical Commission approving the demolition of the former Worcester State Hospital. The more than 350,000 square foot building will be demolished to make room for a new biomanufacturing park. The Worcester Business Development Council plans to develop 500,000 square feet of bio-ready pads for the biomanufacturing industry. They say the new park will create 700 to 1,000 new jobs. A mother and son in central Massachusetts will be riding their bikes nearly 300 miles to raise money for cancer research. Gwen Spencer and her son Alex will take part in this year's Pan Mass Challenge, and after losing a loved one to the disease, it's something they have great passion for. Our Cam Jandro spoke with them earlier today. He joins us live now with more.
Olivia, the two say the PMC has become an annual tradition because they one day want to help find a cure for cancer. And this year, they're getting ready for one of their longest rides ever.
Sutton resident Gwen Spencer and her son Alex have suited up and ridden in the Pan Mass Challenge the last 4 years. The bike ride has special meaning for the two.
We do it because my uncle, he had cancer, graft versus host disease, and he died because of it.
Gwen's brother Michael had a heart attack following a bone marrow transplant and passed away at the age of 54. Spencer says he was very active, which is why they chose the PMC as a way to remember him.
He was very active with his family and with friends, and was really focused on family and liked to have fun. He really enjoyed having fun.
In 2017, the Pan Mass Challenge gave $51 million to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, the largest donation in the event's 39-year history. For Spencer, the hills and valleys along the bike routes are symbolic of a battle with cancer.
If we can ride, yes, it's going to be hard, but I also think about how cancer patients like my brother, had struggled and really had to navigate, their life and their process.
15-year-old Alex will be riding a total of 79 miles in one day, while his mother will rack up 168 over 2 days. Now, seasoned veterans of the ride, it's a date they look forward to every year now.
It feels good, and I feel that it does make a difference, and it helps people. That's the right thing to do.
Cancer strikes all ages, all nationalities, and families, friends. We all have our stories, so it's really just a great day all the way around.
Now, the PMC will take place on the first weekend of August. Gwen and Alex say, although they're taking separate routes this year, they're hoping to cross the finish line at the same time. Olivia?
What a great family. Thank you, Cam. A barn is completely destroyed in Grafton Friday. Police posted pictures of the barn fully engulfed in flames. Firefighters responded just before 6 p.m. tonight to the barn on George Hill Road. No animals were inside when the fire broke out. The cause is under investigation. Self-driving cars could be making their way to city roads. The city joined other communities signing a memorandum to allow testing of the vehicles. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
The streets of Worcester will soon have self-driving cars navigating its hills and busy roadways.
We're trying to take a proactive approach to an industry that is coming into the city and into the state.
This week, Worcester joined more than a dozen other cities and towns signing a memorandum to allow testing of autonomous vehicles.
The opportunity here is for Worcester to continue to be an innovation hub, and with our colleges and universities, WPI in particular, there's a synergy there that makes sense for us to embrace innovation and disruptive technology.
The technology has some excited for the future.
I like the advancement of it. I think it's going places.
But others have concerns.
Makes me a little nervous. I think that, these are people's lives out there on the road and loved ones.
The one thing that scares me the most is actually whether or not the technology can pick up small balls or frisbees or things like that that might end up going into the street in front of these cars.
It's unclear how many cars will be in the city or what company will operate them. The city says safety is a key element in this testing. Over the next few months, they will discuss with Mass DOT what locations will be best.
There is a lot of concern anytime there's something new, but we want to make sure that what happens in terms of the testing here in the city is done in a safe and reliable way.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A beloved guidance counselor at Grafton Middle School passed away in March from a rare disease. As our Chandler Walsh tells us, a student at the school is organizing a fundraiser to raise money for research.
Julie Flynn lived every day to the fullest. Despite suffering from a rare disease called von Hippel-Lindau syndrome, or VHL.
Which is a genetic disease where your body grows multiple tumors. Some of them are cancerous and some of them are not.
Flynn was diagnosed at 13 years old. She had dozens of surgeries, including 6 on her brain, before she passed away from liver cancer caused by the disease. Maggie Warfield was her best friend since the 4th grade and says Flynn was inspiring.
Never ever was she why me. It was all rising above every challenge and being a better person.
I love you, my BFF.
Warfield's daughter, Rosie, says Flynn was like an aunt to her. She was also her guidance counselor at Grafton Middle School. So when Rosie was assigned a community service project for school, she wanted to honor Flynn with a Festival of Hope.
She was just a great role model for me and for other kids. She was truly inspiring. She always had a positive smile on her face. She was the heroine of her own story.
Hope was Flynn's medicine. Those close to her say she didn't let VHL hold her back, and most people didn't even know she was sick. The Festival of Hope will raise money for the VHL Alliance and remind everyone to live like Julie.
She lived, laughed, loved all the time.
Unconditional love for everything, a positive spirit.
Be able to open up your arms and your heart to other people when there's so much going on inside of you. That was the type of person she was.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
The city's golf course is introducing a Caddie program this summer. It not only gives jobs to Worcester high school students, but it also sets them up for a college scholarship. The Francis Omit Scholarship Fund gives out thousands of dollars in scholarships to students who have worked as golf caddies or in the pro shop. Green Hill Golf Course is working with Worcester Youth Connects to hire inner-city students and offer them a fun weekend job. Head golf professional Matthew Moyson says they've already hired 15 high school-aged kids.
Our hope is that the kids will come here, they'll like it, they'll stay for a couple of years. When they're ready to go off to college, the people at Francis we met kind of have our kids in their radar, and we really hope that they move on and use this place for their advantage.
And those students are currently being trained and will start on June 23rd.